Cliff, why don't you guys just all step in here?
Step into the office.
Step into the office, grab a telephone.
I can help you.
Step into the office. The office. That poster ain't too bad, that Metal Hammer one.
Wow, I've never seen that.
You're styling. Fucking better than the other one.
What are we?
Do you have an ashtray by any chance?
Aha! I found it. Kleenex?
It's usually not this.
Even people like us get colds once in a while.
Can I get you guys anything? Drink?
Yeah, do you have any tea?
Tea?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's good for the day after, you know, morning after.
Tell them not yet. Their phones are starting already. Can I get you guys anything?
Not quite yet. Soon though.
Soon?
Beer? This beer is still hanging out.
Okay.
Styling hat, dig it.
Dude.
Rats in the cellar. Oh, God.
Dad shit.
Butthole surfers. Check that out.
Is
Right
coffee
there.
okay?
What?
Coffee okay?
Yeah. No, just get me a beer.
From one extreme to the other, eh?
Yeah.
Start this thing. Now I'm going to be taking their reports and then I'm going to forward it to one of you guys. Okay?
So what exactly goes down here in the report?
Well, right now all the college and commercial stations that have heavy metal shows are going to be calling in their playlists to me. I'm going to take them and then shoot them over to you guys.
Shoot them over.
Okay? So you're all men with a beer, or maybe, and a phone, so let's do it.
So wake up. 1, 2, 3, wake up.
Same day.
We have to wake up
Yes. Hi, how you doing? Good. Okay.
Medium rare.
PSC. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm
Just all
playing.
four at once.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Scraping. Waiters.
Fetus.
Mm-hmm.
High energy stuff.
It's too hot on there.
What's your
Too hot
name?
right here, so it's got to be
Okay,
side.
what do you...
Better?
We don't want to talk to Metallica.
There's no intercom thing where we can all like yell at once.
How does it work? The phone's not working. Hold on. It's not going.
Metalla who?
Oh, hung up on him.
Oh, see ya.
Got scared.
Where's the
Hello?
That was Metallica hanging up on you.
Good. How you doing? Okay. Hey guys.
Who?
Yell! Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, 2.
Metallica.
Uh-huh.
3 Metallica. 4 Metallica.
What was number 3? Uh-huh.
Who?
Uh-huh.
Aha.
Uh-huh.
Pardon?
Pardon?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Really like
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, hopefully I won't hang up on you.
Here's Kurt.
Okay, let's try this. If I hang up on you, try again. If your phone's ringing, you're on.
Hello, this is James.
You're the lucky contestant.
Oh, all right, man.
CMJ.
Mang.
Hey, man.
What's happening?
All right, Mang.
Tour's going real good.
Which station?
New Haven? Yeah, that went all right. Yeah, things are going real good though. Yeah, getting treated real well. 55 minutes, you know, get our stage set up and everything. Things are cool. Three times, huh? Cool. The Wasp tour?
Hello.
Well, we got till late May. Early
Hey,
June,
how's it
I think,
going?
with
It's
Ozzy
Kirk.
in the States. Then he goes
Alright.
to Japan for like 2 weeks. Then we do some headline stuff.
This is Kirk.
Not too sure where.
Yeah,
Kirk who?
Hey, how's it going?
Then we hook up when he comes back and go till August.
This guy wants an interview. Yeah, sure.
Too sure
Come
where
by.
the headline stuff's taking us.
No, I don't know where this place is, no. I just know that we're somewhere in Long Island.
There's a bus parked outside.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah,
You guys know where
eventually
the
we'll make
headline
it there,
stuff's at?
yeah.
Midwest,
I'm not
Texas.
sure exactly.
Starts in Tulsa.
I'm sure we'll make it there.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Kane's Ballroom again. Metallica returns home to Tulsa.
Oh, we just played there. You missed the show.
Well,
Oh, man, bad scene, dude.
all right.
Couldn't get a ticket, well, maybe next
Same
time.
here, man.
Could have come to the bus.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, really? Cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Baltimore's a friendly town.
Okay.
Ah.
Bummer. Bad business choice.
We're just
Oh
doing
well.
what we do. Take care. Bye-bye.
Evade. Hair of the gusset.
Johnson's Deli. Hello? Yeah? I'm alright. Trying to wake up. How you doing? This is Lars. Lars. I'm alright. Just woke up a bit ago. And we're trying to like focus on things around us now. Where are you calling from? Fredonia? Upstate or something? Cool. So we down at the show?
Is that on Earth?
Probably from Burma.
Doing Metallica on the radio. Cool. Roaring. Saw things up there.
Too bad you don't have a big intercom.
Yeah,
Look at all yellow ones.
Yeah? Styling. Good to hear. Seems to be that way in a lot of these college
Put
stations.
it over something.
Good buzz going, good excitement.
That'd be cool.
Excitement on the street.
All
Haha.
talk at once. That'd be cool.
Well, Ozzy's flipping off to Japan like the last couple of weeks of May and the first couple of weeks of June, and we'll be doing like 3 weeks of headline stuff then through like Midwest and Texas and stuff. And then he comes back from Japan and we'll rejoin the tours, I think June 10th in San Diego. So we'll be doing like 3 weeks of headline stuff, at least this side of Europe. Then we go to Europe in September and headline Europe 8 weeks through the fall. And then if like the album keeps doing as well as it's doing right now and so forth, then there's a chance we might do some like headline stuff in the States after we've done Japan in November and December. So fear not, we shall return one day. No, it really looks like, I mean, if things keep going the way they're going at the moment, we might come back and do, you know, a couple of months of headline stuff like in January, which would be great. But at the moment, things are not confirmed that far ahead, you know. It's great. I mean, we're getting treated hella good, you know. 55 minutes every night. They're letting us have like our own like stage setup and stuff like that. Cause it's like, I think they realize that the better sort of we go out and kick the crowd in the face, you know, the better they'll go down when they come out, you know. So it just sort of works real well. Cause I think like we're probably like the most extreme of the sort of up and coming bands, you know, and he is like definitely the most extreme of the like big time arena bands, you know. It just seems to work quite well together. It's cool. Things are going, moving, and grooving.
Okay.
Actually,
Mike Brown girl.
ran into him the other day in New York. He came down to the show at the Meadowlands and was hanging out. He was being pretty cool. He seems to sort of, how should I say it, be a bit more mellow than he used to be, you know? And he's like, apparently the word is that his new album, his second album, is going to be real good. They finished it, and he was out here in New York doing some press stuff with some of the other guys from the band. It was cool. Just he was hanging out. We, like, you know, didn't have too much time to hang out together because he had to like leave the next morning or whatever. But he was being real cool. It's cool. No
Eureka.
problems with him. I think the new album should be out.
So how's things up there?
Yeah, how'd you like it?
And the word is that it's
Yeah?
really good.
Right on.
We had a lot of fun.
Because what, you played quite a bit of Megadeth too?
Actually, we always
Cool.
have a lot of fun.
Cool!
Two?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just think it's
Great.
cool that, I mean, that he's trying to do something different than what, you know, he did with Metallica, you know, instead of like, it would have been so easy for him just to
It's
continue.
nice out.
sort of whole thing that he did with the sound.
Everything's rolling smooth.
Yeah, but
Such.
I got a beer in my hand.
Oh yeah, and Aussie
Little
Chewing.
bit of the hair of the dog, you know?
Yeah, we're doing Nassau Coliseum
Yeah,
tonight.
exactly.
Rasmus. He's Danish, just like I am.
Great guy.
Very Danish, yeah. He's the house engineer at the studio that we've done the last 2 albums, you know, Sweet Silence. And I mean, the reason it's
Acts
really
for us to
sort of good when it comes to like turning knobs and, you know, EQ and shit, and getting, you know, the best sounds out of us that we can
Yeah.
produce. And so he's just really
Yeah.
great to work with, you know.
That's cool. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, but at the same time, it still sort of got that bite to it, you know.
Just ran on down.
Yeah. Even though this time it took 6 months to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great working with him, you know. He's-
We're gonna be doing
knows us quite well now after 2 albums, you know.
Yeah, after we
Cool.
get back from Europe, we're gonna go out on Europe
Yeah,
tour.
it was
And then
really
we'll go
great to
Japan,
work
and we'll
with.
Probably be out on a headlining tour afterwards.
No.
We're gonna be doing a bunch of headline dates.
No, I mean, the reason he's great to work with, Michael, is that he's like really, really easy to get along with, you know. And since on this album he was not really involved in the production side of things, right? He was like, it was even easier for us to get along with him because it was not like he was like, you know, always had a counterpoint to what we were saying. He was being very, very, you know, just lenient and easy to work with, and it was just like, I mean, he came up with, you know, intelligent suggestions and things like that, but he wasn't like, he didn't say, well, this is how it has to be, you know, period, you know, because, I mean, it was like, we were the producers, so it was our ass on the line if something didn't go right, you know. So it was great to work with. Me and James were down there for about 3 weeks mixing.
And label sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they're correct, sometimes they're not. It's just
cool.
a good case of
Right.
them being incorrect. Oh well.
Yeah, next time, you know, come down to the show.
Well, we're
All right,
on
man,
right
good
now,
talking
if
to you,
you
all
know
right?
about that.
Take care, all right? Bye-bye.
Right now, as we speak. As we speak, me and you. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Want some of these?
You're gonna be nice. Or, you know, a couple of nights a week.
what?
I wish we could do
Okay,
that.
well,
The lighter side, ooh.
there. I just waved. What?
Well, you know, I don't really mean that.
Sure.
Yeah, we got a lot of
I don't
things
mind.
off, you know, it's a bit more than we're used to.
WP.
Well,
So all this stuff is to go?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics, basically, you know, topics that
Okay, man. Good talking to you.
are dealing, you know, social kind of things that are, you know, going on in the news
He does the
and,
same thing every night.
you know, things that are affecting us as well as other people. And I'm just, you know, not
Well, I mean,
really
I
trying to
think
put my
I mean,
views
without saying anything less
onto
about
anyone.
what
I'm
he's
just saying
doing,
what
I
I
think
kind of
we
feel. How I'm being
trying to
affected
inject
on
as
that,
much
all that
as
crap.
much spontaneity into it as we can, you know.
It's really good.
Sort of
Things
go
are going
for
really good.
whatever
Getting
happens,
treated
you know. I mean,
pretty
without
well.
taking anything
Get
away from
55
what he's
minutes, you
doing,
know,
I mean,
put up the whole stage
I
set
mean,
and
obviously when you have a
everything.
production as
And
big as the
crowd
production
response
they
is
have and so forth,
not
you know,
bad,
it's
you
like,
know.
You have to sort of do more.
know, a lot of
things
times
that
things-
you like. But I
Well,
mean,
people,
regardless,
you know,
it's
really
just
don't know what to
plugging in,
expect,
going up
you
the
know.
thing, you
Because,
know, it's sort of going for it. to
we're
see what
playing,
happens,
you know, some of the faster
Plus,
stuff,
I mean,
and
we
we're
don't
trying
really,
to, you know, get some of the slower stuff in there too, kind of, you know,
I think,
get people
expected
hooked on the
us
shit.
from
But,
Ozzy, you know, so it's easier to
you know,
just
after
go
a
up
show,
and sort of,
you know, we have time for an encore, and you don't really hear any yeah or any boos. You know, it's kind of you know, like, what was that? You know, did you like it? I don't know. Did you like it? You know,
really great, you know, they're
Stuff like
so
that.
cool about the whole thing.
but at least they're
Really giving us,
hearing
you
the
know, a lot of
stuff.
time, they're giving us a lot of stage space. I think.
Yeah, it's great. You know, we're playing a lot of places that we
didn't
wouldn't
have
be
a
able
full
to, you know, in
stage
front of a
set
lot
up
of
like
fans
that,
that wouldn't
with all
come to
the
see us if we were
risers and all the
headlining either.
marbled risers and all that. Did we? No, we usually get that stuff in about 75.
Yeah, that's true. I like playing. I love playing the small places.
Really heavy unit. Some of the gigs where there's like just not enough time to get up, we just go with like a Marshall setup. But we are actually carrying like our own full
Yeah.
stage set, which like consists
No,
of
the small places are great.
risers
Get
and
down
stuff
in the
that-
kids,
so
you know,
it's
grab them by the
playing
face.
more like the real heavy union gigs. We don't I don't think we got it in there.
Paper?
Well, Ozzy flips off to Japan. I think
What are
on
the
May
cream
20th for 3 weeks. Yeah. Yeah.
Gucci, baby.
Great. Good to hear. No, it's just we did some of the best shows we did sort of back in the early days when Cleveland. We did a show at the Agora, the now long gone Agora.
Hello. This is Kirk Hammett.
My
Bradley's restaurant.
I gotta
Alright,
find
man.
Alright.
WK?
Okay, hello, this is
K what?
from Metallica, and you're listening to
KSR.
KASR, Arizona State University, New Music and Killer Metal Source.
Styling.
Okay.
Lights out. Cool. I'm so tired of all these heavy metal from
Yeah.
hell and all this
This
bullshit.
is Kirk from Metallica, and you're
I
listening
mean, every
to
time people ask me to do
KASR,
IDs, we're
Arizona
like,
State
you listen to
University.
heavy metal from hell. I just tell them sort of wrong. I hate all that
Okay,
stupid satanic
ASU.
shit.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm like, I've had a bit too
All
much
right,
to drink.
WKSR.
We have some fun,
All right.
man.
Hello, this is Lars Ulrich of Metallica, and
Okay.
you're listening to Strange Steve
Take 4.
on WKSR on the Lights Out.
Hello, this is Kirk from Metallica, and you're listening to KASR, ASU, New Music and Killer Metal Source. Ha!
You've only got, 55 minutes, which is quite a bit.
Good,
Yeah,
it's
for
going
act,
great.
But, you got to try and mix the 3 albums together.
Pardon?
And plus promote the new
Yeah, we're
album.
playing Nassau Coliseum
Well,
tonight.
Seek and Destroy is, pretty much the...
So, like, next time we do Cleveland,
We already played the metal ones. It was
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of, that crowd,
It's a great show.
kind of can grasp
Metal
on that
that.
song
You can
instead
always
of something
count
like,
on New York to
Whiplash
have
or
like a
something like that.
good response.
You don't want to...
They're like maniacs out here. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Let's
I
read
don't
this.
Well, we're doing some headline stuff after when Ozzy
No,
goes
he
to
isn't.
Japan, which is early June.
Yeah.
So we got 2 weeks
Well,
of headline stuff.
wait,
but
is
we're
Bobby
doing that
around here?
around
Bobby?
Texas area.
Bobby, our tour manager. Can
Some
you get
of
him
the,
for a second? Someone wants to talk
well,
to him.
We're gonna be down around
Yes,
that
thank
area.
Hey. All right, who's this? Oh yeah? Where's that? Manhattan. All right. Coming down tonight? Oh yeah?
What?
Oh, that's those things happen.
Dig it.
Shouldn't leave like this. No, but I can.
All right, thank you. We do our best.
I'm going to put you on with Lars. Since we are recording and your 2 levels are different, try to just let him finish talking before you start so that you're not stepping on each other. Okay? Hold on.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Lars?
I'm all right. Just waking up down here in Long Island.
Yeah, I hear
It's still very early,
you.
especially on this kind of schedule that we're on at the moment,
Uh-huh.
How you doing?
Oh, very good, very good. Last night on Fingers Metal Shop, we had a special half-hour segment of the show dedicated to Metallica and Ozzy.
Yeah?
And I'm telling you, there's a lot of hype going on out here tonight's show.
Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Babylon.
Babylon.
It's,
That sounds like far away.
yeah, it sounds like it, but it's right in the heart of Long Island.
So it's just around the corner, huh?
It's a home of WBAB, which is the #1 rock station on the Long Island circuit. And you're getting a lot of good support from BAB as well as the rest of the nation. Last time I looked, I believe you were number 30 on the...
Yeah, with a bullet. Unfortunately, next week we lose the bullet, but stay in the same place,
Well, it's been
which is good.
a long ride from the first demo tape to now. It must feel good to be up there now, huh?
Yeah, although it's like, I mean, it's still the same basic principles within this band, it's just on a bit higher level, But I mean, still the same 4 idiots, trying to stay in tune and stay on time.
I think that's the best thing about Metallica is the image and the attitude of the band has never changed and been hindered with the success. Would that be a correct statement?
I think that's fairly correct. Yeah, I mean, I look at it as, some of the bands that we know and have toured with in the past, Odo, it's like 4 sort of businessmen surrounded around that one object of sort of just making money before they're like, so old that they can't stand up anymore. But with this band, it's just, you know, a bunch of kids like just sort of having a good time doing what we want, playing the sort of songs that we want to play, and just sort of having an occasional drink and whatever not. And it's just like, I mean, the basic principles are like the same as they were, you know, 5 years ago when we were starting out in the garage, just like on a bit higher level, like I said, you know. And it's cool because like we're so lucky with the situation that we're in at the moment with the management and the record company that we have, you know. They really they make sure that no one interferes with what we're doing, you know. And it's just really good from the business side not to have any interference with people saying, well, you have to do this, that, and the other, you know, because that would just create, you know, a lot of problems because, you know, we're not about to change for anyone. And they just know that I mean, to sort of keep whatever is in Metallica, they just try and keep that sort of there, you know, and they see from their point of view that it sells, you know, so they're smiling, just like we are most of the time.
That's good. What kind of impact do you think your music, on a personal level, to be honest with you, when I first started getting into this new type of heavy metal, it took time to acquire a taste for it.
Well, it's just a bit different than, I mean, I think that what we're doing at the moment is, you know, quite a bit different from what people have heard before, you know, and which I think is, you know, one of the main reasons, of course, that we're coming across so well, you know, and selling so many records. Is the kids have like, there's never really been a band that played something, you know, that sounded a bit different from the other bands, but at the same time sort of was completely on the level with the kids, you know. As far as I can see, there are like two distinctly different ways that you can sort of come across, you know, to the kids out there. And I think that they just sort of look to us as being completely on the level, you know. We're just like them. We're just the people just playing the music or whatever. There's nothing wrong with having this sort of larger than life image or whatever, but we're just quite different from that, you know. I think a lot of the kids out there really sort of associate themselves well with what we're doing, you know. It's sort of like a street thing instead of us trying to sort of be, you know, larger than life characters that, you know, it's like a huge pretend thing, you know. We might as well be movie actors or something, you know. And it's like they just associate well with that way of coming across, you know. It's cool.
Is this the way you had pictured it, say 5-6 years ago when Lars Ulrich started a band? Is this what you had pictured?
I mean, I'm the kind of person, I don't really picture that many things, you know. I don't think that much ahead, which is like the whole thing with the whole band. I mean, we just sort of go about doing what we do on a sort of a day-to-day basis. We don't say, well, you know, next year we have to have sold so many albums and the album has to be platinum by this and this date, or else we're failing. And, you know, the next album, you know, I mean, we don't think ahead that much. We just sort of, it's funny because, like, mostly, like, when I do most of the press, it's like, I find myself sitting afterwards and analyzing what we did, you know, 3 months ago when we actually did it, you know. Because, like, when we do it, we don't really think that much about what we're doing. It's like the old, you know, bullshit. It's just like a natural feeling type thing, you know. But it's, I mean, it's really true when we, like, write the songs or go about doing what we do. It just sort of happens. And then it's like afterwards that I have to sit, you know, in interviews and think about why we did it, you know. And there's not really that much thought going into what we do, you know. So it's like, you know, 6 years ago, just like, it was just great to be, you know, playing in a band, playing some of the songs that I wanted to be playing. Just sort of, for me, the interesting thing was always that sort of band spirit and being in a band, you know, and sort of playing with other people and writing your own songs and all that. And it was just, you know, 5 years ago, great to be doing it on that level, you know, and now we're just doing it on a different level, but it's still, you know, the same basic principles, you know.
What kind of an impact do you think your music is going to have on the future of heavy metal?
Well, I think that, I mean, we're showing quite a bunch of people, definitely in the business, that, I mean, it is actually possible to do this without airplay, without videos, without sort of having a huge image or whatever. It's just possible to go out and play the sort of music that you want to play and do your own thing and just sort of come across on a completely on the level way, you know. And I think that maybe some of the people in some of the high-rise offices have sort of not realized that there actually was as many people out there for a band like us that there actually is, you know. And that might be one of the things that we're showing someone, but just basically doing what we want. And like I said before, it's just great being in a business situation where we have that opportunity, you know.
Yeah, you have full reign over each project that you...
Yeah, it's like, you know, no one gets involved with anything in terms of, you know, songwriting or recording or production or anything like that, you know. And I think maybe... I mean, especially working with Elektra, because they're such a open-minded company in that sense, you know. I think it's showing a lot of other companies in a way that sort of you know, it is actually possible to leave the artist, you know, to just do what he wants, you know, if they have enough confidence in him, you know. We're just very happy because the lecture here on the wall are very, very sort of confident in what we're doing and just being great to work with, you know. That should earn me a free dinner. Good plug, yeah.
I noticed that Metallica writes about like real things.
Real things, yes, it's a real world, so we write about real things.
With this latest album, Master of Puppets, which I must comment that it is the most outstanding album, and I've said it on the air, that this is the album of the year.
Big words, thank you.
And what I want to know is this a political stance as far as where Metallica stands, maybe on their thoughts about, specifically like in Disposable Heroes and the album cover? What's Metallica trying to say?
Well, I mean, like I said before, we're not trying to take advantage of the situation that we're in at the moment, where a lot of people obviously listen to what we're doing. You know, it's very easy to sit down and write about, you know, chasing girls down the freeway in your Camaro or whatever, but it's just kind of boring and predictable and overdone, you know. It's just more interesting from our point of view to write about some more real things, but at the same time, you know, I'm very careful not to sort of use the position that we're in at the moment to sort of make any big statements or whatever. We're just questioning a few things, you know, and sort of writing about some of the shit around us that interests us instead of...
Let me ask you, with the songs on the album, none of them being under 5 minutes, obviously you had no care in the world if radio picked up on this or not. Would that be a correct statement?
Very correct.
And obviously you're doing well with sales and in the concerts too. How's the
It's going great, really great. I mean, they're being really, really great to tour with because like they're giving us 55 minutes and we have like, they're giving us like the opportunity to use our own like specially made stage set, and it's like, I think they've realized, the whole organization, that if we go out and give the audience a good kick, you know, then get them like really fired up and get them energetic, you know, that when Ozzy comes out, he's, you know, the audience are going to be even more receptive to what he's doing, you know. So it sort of works both ways, and I think Ozzy's reached the point now where he's, you know, so big and so also confident in what he's doing that there's no need to give, you know, support acts like us a hard time, you know, because like I said, the harder we go out and get the audience sort of energized and sort of ready for sort of the big man himself, you know, the better he's going to go down.
Here we go. So Metallica's been out on tour, but this is the first major tour. How's it going?
It's going great. We're getting treated wonderfully. We get to put our full setup every night. Our show is almost an hour long, which is very unusual for an opening act to have. And we're just getting treated great. We get as many passes, tickets, things like that. Things that are usually trouble when you're a support band usually get treated a little less. But since we're selling some of the tickets on this and we're a major influence over the crowd, we're really getting treated very well.
So you're getting along well with Ozzy and his band?
Yes, yes. It's like, it's more of a family thing. It's not really the opening act and Ozzy's people. Everybody works together, which makes it very harmonious. And we've worked very hard to try to make this happen as well.
Try not to rock.
Oh, okay.
So were you with the band when they were on their other tours?
I did part of their tour last year when they were headlining theaters for about 6 months.
How's this different?
Well, this is different because now all of a sudden the smallest crowd they're playing to is 4,000 to 5,000 kids in an arena where it's not sold out, and the largest is 20,000, so it's a big difference. I mean, they're 10 feet away from the crowd instead of being right next to them. The difference between playing clubs and arenas. And the whole vibe is different. It's harder for them to get used to it, because if it was up to them, they'd play in the clubs and the smaller places where they have the intimacy with the audience.
How are they you've probably seen it because you're in the business. Sometimes on a young band, when all of a sudden you get successful and you're playing in huge accounts, it's hard to handle just among the inside the dynamics of the band. How are they handling it?
Well, they're getting more used to it because they feel the energy coming back from the kids. I mean, when you got 10,000 kids out there screaming and holding Metallica banners and the rest of that, it's really pretty hard to ignore it and not enjoy it. So they're getting used to it. They're getting more used to the feel more than anything.
What do they do to let off steam? Because they're in this bus a lot.
They're in the bus a lot, you know, they have a couple of drinks, everything's pretty cool here. There's none of the rock star image in this band at all, which is very easy for me to deal with. Because it's no pampering, they're adults, they do things on their own. You know, they see their friends, they try to relax a little bit here and there and party, you know, to a certain degree.
So how old are these guys?
I believe the oldest member is 23, and that's Cliff, and the average age is about 22. Lars is 21.
Elektra let them produce their record themselves.
Right.
They seem pretty serious about what they're doing.
Their serious attitude is that they don't become anything other than what they are. They just enjoy being themselves. They wear the same clothes on stage that they wear on the street. There's no costumes, there's no makeup, no wardrobe. It's a very real thing. They just want to go up there and play. And they want to see the kids get treated well. They sign autographs every night. They insist on signing autographs. And they insist on being in touch with the kids, which is why they'll come here to CMJ and answer the phones and talk to the people that play the records and talk to the kids. I mean, it's very important to them that they stay in touch with their fans.
Now, tell me what's on their schedule for today.
Well, after we finish here, we'll go to Nassau Coliseum, which is where we're playing tonight. And they'll have a couple of hours to relax and have a bite to eat before they go on. And then after the show, they'll see whatever record company people or radio station. Sometimes they do interviews after the show. And then we'll pack them up and we'll get them on the bus. They might sign some autographs and then they'll go to the hotel. And then the same thing tomorrow. There's a lot of days off on this tour, which is very hard because a band like this is used to working 6 days a week. And when you start having 3 or 4 days off a week and you're only working 2 or 3, it's hard to find things to do with your time. But I'll go shopping, spend some money.
Some of that top 30 money.
Right, some of that top 30 money.
Great, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Bye.
Call my hairdresser. We're rolling. It's an emergency.
The Master of Puppets LP is number 30 on the Billboard. How does that kind of success make you guys feel?
Styling.
Surprised.
Friendly. Yeah, real surprised.
Do we need a mic on Rich?
Can we get a mic on Rich?
Boo.
Just shout the questions out, maybe? How does it feel? Sorry about that. I forgot about that.
Do you want to answer that again? The proper way?
Yeah, being in the top 30 is pretty surprising. It's great though.
Good place to be.
Is that how you guys measure success? Album sales? If not, how so?
Crowd reactions.
Yeah. Well, you can measure it in quite a few different ways. How many people show up at your show. That's how we pretty much rate it.
I've talked to a lot of hardcore metal fans and they say, quote, Metallica have sold out. What's your response to something like that?
I don't think you could do it on the TV here.
Yeah, it's...
We're not too worried about them.
We do what we want to do, you know? If they consider that selling out, then whatever.
There's a lot of people think you sold out just because you're on a major label and are very popular.
Or maybe you don't play 1,000 miles an hour the whole time, or, you know.
I mean, we'd be doing the same thing if we were still on, you know, independent label.
I read a quote from Lars that said Metallica is going to be big, but we're going to do it in our way. Can you explain that?
Well, it's good that, you know, we have, you know, we're up on around 30 in the charts. Hardly any radio play on the, you know, major stations. You know, a lot of college stations are, you know, helping out, but, you know, no video, no, you know, mass, you know, media, and still, you know, there's a huge buzz going on, and I think it's because of our music. That's what's great. You know, we're doing it our way, and a lot of the major magazines are picking it up and, you know, not, you know, putting a bunch of hype, and, you know, we're doing it our way. It's great.
Does that still mean no videos?
That's a matter of time. Pretty much just a matter of time.
Not a huge demand right now.
What's it like being on tour with Ozzy?
Real good.
It's a lot of fun.
Things are going real well. 55 minutes, you know, all our stage setup.
Get treated well.
Yeah.
Do you guys hang out with the guys from their band?
Now and then, you know, it's
Night off, you know, go out to the local bar or whatever, but
depends who's where, you know. I mean, you just kind of run into people here and there, more or less.
What do you think about Ozzy and Metallica as a touring package?
good, real good. Both doing real well. I think kind of complement each other. It's a good bill.
How've the fans reacted to you guys?
Great. They've been with us.
Yeah, a lot better than, you know, other support acts would have, I think. Well, a lot of the smaller places, you know, in the middle of the country are, you know, still not too familiar with our stuff. And, you know, we have time for an encore. We'll go off stage for a bit and you won't hear a huge, yeah, come on, and you won't hear no boo. You just kind of hear, what, you know, what's that? You know, did you like it? I don't know, did you?
What was that?
Kinda, you know, yeah. They don't know what to think in those places.
In the bigger cities, do you think a lot of kids are coming out to see you?
Like to think so.
It looks that way
That's
from
what
down
we
front.
hear. That's what we hear.
Describe the relationship you guys have with your fans.
Same people, same as our fans. We're not, you know, up there doing something that they couldn't really do.
Just a little harder to get to them now, you know, with the big arenas and the big security and stuff. It's not quite as intimate as it has been in the past, but I guess that's to be expected.
Small places are real fun. Atmosphere, you know, it's like more intense, crammed in, like concentrated. No barriers, you know, you can see pretty much everyone. You know,
People
grab
right in
some
your
people by the
face.
face. Yeah. These bigger places, you know, you get your barriers and it's hard to see past, say, 10th row. Kind of hard to get a good vibe off the crowd.
Why do you think it's important to be close to your fans?
The energy flow.
Yeah.
You know, we get the energy directly from them. You know, and the farther away you are, the harder that is to communicate. Really.
Why would you want to separate yourself from them?
Tell us how long the tour is going to be going for.
Well, we're with Ozzy in the States till late May. He does 2 weeks in Japan. We do some headline stuff around Texas, and then hook up with him again when he comes back. Go on till, I think, August. And then Europe after that, a couple months. And then Japan, the end of the year.
It'll be till next year.
Yeah, we're pretty much on the
What's
road.
up after that? Any distant?
Come back and do some headline stuff in the States probably, which would be fun.
Playing 20,000-seat arenas exposes you guys, like we said, to a lot of kids who haven't seen Metallica before and don't know what Metallica is about. Do you think that's more important at this stage of your career than, say, headlining places like a L'Amour's in New York?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Why so?
We're playing a lot of places that we wouldn't usually play if we were headlining because of, you know, tour budget, and in front of a lot of kids that wouldn't come to see us, you know, if we were headlining maybe, just, you know, because
Chance to make some more fans, you know?
Yeah.
People that just wouldn't see
Reach
it.
out and grab some more.
What do your parents think about all this?
They're into it.
Yeah, your parents are well into it. So is Kirk's. Lars is as well.
Real
My
into
dad,
it.
you know, whatever.
Do you think they look at you a little differently when they see the album so high in the charts?
Well, it makes them, and they're proud and they're happy that there's some success going on, you know? It's a bit of a relief for them. You know, they'd be pretty worried about it years ago.
Do they come out and see your shows?
If it's appropriate, you know, if the venue's right, you know. I don't bring them to any small riots that we have in Frisco, you know. We've been known to play a few of those.
Their mom up front.
Why should a kid spend $10 to see Metallica rather than another metal band?
Well, hopefully because he likes it. He wants to see us. Well, because, you know, we...
Something different to offer. Something more than, you know, basic thrash. Just 100% all the time. Got some varied stuff.
like to think it's interesting to see, too. You know.
What is that something different?
Some lyrics, I think. Lyrics that say something more than, hey baby, let's party. You know, bang your head against each other and all that.
The music gets, it's pretty intricate now and then, which a lot of the, you know, thrashing bands are pretty straightforward in their approach, you know.
What are your thoughts on looks bands? People like Rat, Crew, Kiss, people who rely on the effects and the costumes and everything.
So what?
It works for them.
Yeah.
We wouldn't do it. But it works
You'd
for
look
them.
pretty ugly in it.
we look ugly enough as it is.
You don't need any
Don't
help.
leave well enough alone.
So tell us your theory on that, just sticking with the jeans and sneakers.
This is what we're comfortable in. That's what we
Comfortable.
wear when we're just hanging out doing nothing. And you know, why should we change? We're on stage. You know, we're not trying to be something big and fancy. You know, it's just us doing what we do. Let's keep it that way.
Bring the music more across instead of the look. Not try and hide anything.
That also ties in with what you said about just being like the kids who come and
Yeah.
see you.
Yeah.
A lot of times we'll get hassled, you know, where's your pass? They think it's some punter trying to get back. It's cool. I like hiding the pass so they hassle you.
What makes you think a lot more, I hate to use the term thrash bands, but hardcore speed metal bands, or bands who have their roots in that? Why haven't too many been signed? Why have you been signed in that band?
I don't know, I think we're pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Because Kill 'Em All really hit the underground really hard. And then a lot of bands started catching on after that.
Yeah, I think we had a head start on a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, we saw the new wave of British metal that was coming out. We knew it was going to hit a couple of years before. We knew it was going to hit the States fairly soon, so, we liked doing it, and, we were doing it down in LA, and a lot of people didn't know what the hell was going on. They didn't see any hairdos or makeup or anything. Just going up there bashing it.
Do you think speed metal has developed into just another trendy musical genre now?
Could be.
I mean, in terms of with satanic images, where you have to have that, and you have to have studs and leather.
There's always your trendy stuff that's coming up, but I think we're going to be hanging out for quite a while. There's just, Sabbath, a lot of bands copied them for a while and then kind of dwindled away.
What are your influences? What did you guys grow up listening to?
Old Sabbath, Rush,
Aerosmith,
Thin Lizzy. A lot of Thin Lizzy. Great band.
Editorial on Thin Lizzy. Cliff, I read that you were into blues.
I'm into a lot of different kinds of music. That's
Blues, Reds, no.
Not real.
He's into yellow, blue,
That's
reds.
not real accurate. I'm into a lot of different stuff. Classical music, punk,
beer.
Even, some popular music. It's a bunch of things I like.
Listen to different stuff for different moods,
Yeah, exactly.
Who are the new artists or records that you guys are getting excited about now? What do you listen to?
Husker Du, I like the new stuff. Band called English Dogs, some of the minor old underground bands that aren't so popular.
Band called Sawin, the old Misfit stuff too is real good. And, a lot of the old stuff that we grew up on, we still listen to a lot.
Yeah, we're not listening to some of the basic metal that's coming out. Kind of shy away from that.
What do you think's in the future for heavy metal?
It's going to be hanging out for a while. It always has been. Be hanging out.
My last question, this is the toughie. Is it true Cliff Bernstein's the secret fifth member of the band?
See him out at the sound desk, you'll think so. He gets into it.
He does. You ever gonna bring him out so he can play some air guitar with you?
That'd be cool.
If he wants.
All right,